A woman disappears. No body, no crime scene, no trace. But her phone never stops. For 3 years, she keeps texting. Her boyfriend, her mother, her own teenage son. "I'm fine," she says. "Don't come looking for me." And every message that lands feels colder than the last. The police try to trace her. They can't. Her family begs her to come home. She won't. There's just one problem. The woman sending those messages may have been dead before the very first one. I'm Cole, and this is Midnight Files. David was starting over. His relationship with Amy, the mother of his kids, was over. And when it ended, he did what a lot of people do when they need a clean break. He packed up his whole life, moved to a new city, and buried himself in work. He was good with his hands. Cars, engines, transmissions. That was his world. So he took a job running an auto repair shop, and he threw everything he had into it. Morning to night, 6, 7 days a week. Anything to keep his head down and his mind busy. And it worked. The shop took off. Regulars started asking for him by name. He was building something. A new life. A quiet one. Then he met Shanna. They connected online. One of those dating sites. Casual, easy. And from day one, David was honest with her about exactly what this was. "Look," he told her, "I'm not looking for anything serious. No commitment. No labels. I'm seeing other people. If you're okay with that, we're good." And she said she was. She said that's what she wanted to. So they kept it light. For a couple of weeks, everything was normal. Then, another woman walked into his shop. Her name was Carrie. Carrie Farver. She brought her SUV in with car trouble. And while David worked on it, they talked. And talked. She was easy to talk to. A single mom. Sharp. Funny. There was something there. And they both felt it. So he asked her to dinner. That same night they met at a restaurant in Omaha. And it just clicked. Laughing. Losing track of time. And when dinner was over, David said, "Hey, you want to come back to my place? Keep this going." She did. But the second they pulled up to his apartment, David froze. Because someone was already there, standing at his door. Shanna. He walked up, confused. "What are you doing here?" "Oh, nothing," she said. "I just wanted to check on you." And then she left. Carrie watched the whole thing. "Who was that?" "Nobody," David said. "Just someone I met a couple weeks ago. There's nothing between us." And with Carrie, he laid out the same rules he gave everyone. "I've got to be straight with you. I'm not looking for a relationship. No commitment. Let's just take it slow. Keep it simple." "That's perfect," she said. "That's exactly what I want." So she stayed the night. And that is when everything turned. A few hours later, David's phone buzzed. A message from Carrie. "I had such a good time. You're a really good guy." Sweet. Normal. Then the next one landed. "So, what if I just moved in with you?" David stared at the screen. Moved in? They'd known each other for 1 day. He typed back, careful, polite. "Hey, I think you're great, but it's way too soon for that. I'm not in a place to have someone living with me." And that flipped a switch. The next message wasn't sweet. It was venom. Insults, threats, curses, message after message after message. That warm, easy woman from dinner, gone. Replaced by something David didn't recognize. He blocked the number. She texted from a new one. He blocked that one. Another number. And another. She would not stop. Meanwhile, across town, Carrie's family was getting scared. Because Carrie had a whole life. A son, Max. A mother who loved her. She was a computer programmer, sharp as they come. And she'd fought hard battles before. With her mental health. So her mom watched over her closely, always checking in. And now, Carrie was slipping away, not coming around, not answering calls. Her mother would text, and sometimes she'd get a reply. "I'm fine, Mom, don't worry about me." But Carrie wouldn't come home. She'd left her son behind and vanished into her own world. Terrified, her mother went to the police. "My daughter's missing. She won't come home. Something is wrong." But the police pulled up the texts. Carrie was answering, telling everyone she was okay, that she'd left on her own. "Ma'am," she's responding, "she's an adult. If she's choosing to stay away, there's no crime here." Case closed, before it ever opened. Back to David. The messages from Carrie, the woman nobody could find, kept coming. Vicious, relentless. And then it got stranger. Because Shanna, the first woman, the one from the door, she started getting them too. From Carrie. Frets. Filth. The same poison. Scared, Shanna came to David. "You have to make this stop. This Kari. She's your friend. Why is she coming after me? I saw her for 2 seconds outside your door. What did you drag me into?" "I don't know," David said. "She asked to move in with me. I said no. And she just lost it. Honestly, she's scaring me too. Something is not right with this woman. She's smart. She keeps hitting us from new numbers, new accounts. I block one, another shows up. I can't get ahead of her." Enough was enough. David went to the police and filed a report against Carrie. Told them everything, the threats, the promises to hurt him. They took the report. He went home. And when he pulled up to his place, his blood went cold. Carrie's car, parked right out front. He called the police right away. They came, searched the vehicle. Empty, not a soul inside. They dusted it for prints, and they found one. A print that didn't belong to Kari. Kari was nowhere. Not in the car, not at his place, not anywhere. Remember that fingerprint. It matters, more than anyone knew yet. 2 days later, David's phone rang. It was Shanna, sobbing, hysterical. "It's gone. My house, it's gone. There was a fire. Everything's burned. Everything." David couldn't believe it. Her home, gutted. Her pets, killed in the blaze. And this was no accident. No faulty wiring. Someone had poured accelerant and set it on purpose. And the prime suspect, Carrie. She threatened Shanna. She'd threatened David. And now Shanna's house was ash. The police tried to hunt Carrie down, traced her emails, her texts, her IP address, the digital breadcrumb that should tell you exactly where a message came from. But every time they tried to pin her location, nothing. Dead end. She was a ghost. And remember, Carrie knew computers. Somehow, she was covering her tracks, slipping right through their fingers. So the case went cold, open, but frozen, waiting for someone to find Carrie. And 2 years passed. Carrie's son, Max, was 15 now, and he missed his mom. All this time, she'd been reaching out here and there. A random text from a strange number. "Hey, sweetie. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I'll be back." Then silence again. So one day, Max reached out to her himself. "Mom, I miss you. Please, just let me see you. It's been so long." And she wrote back, warm. "Hey little man, how are you?" They talked, and somewhere in that conversation, Max did something quiet, something smart. He asked her a question, something only his real mom would know. "Hey mom, what's the name of my dog?" Silence. No answer. The dog he'd had for years, the dog she had picked out for him, and she couldn't answer it. Then the account went dark. She blocked him. And that's when a 15-year-old kid knew, deep in his gut, the truth. That's not my mom. Somebody is pretending to be her. Max told the police what he'd figured out, and it stuck with people. But a hunch from a teenager wasn't the case. The thing that finally cracked this open happened somewhere else. Around that same time, 2 detectives, Ryan and Jim, pulled Kari Farver's file off the shelf. A cold case, years old. Everybody else had given up on it. And they looked at it with fresh eyes, and they started asking a question nobody had really asked before. What if Carrie never sent a single one of these messages? What if Carrie wasn't out there at all? They went back through everything. The house fire, David's reports, Shanna's statements, and one thing kept snagging. Why would Carrie go after Shanna? Carrie and Shanna met for maybe 5 seconds, outside David's door. That's it. Shanna never did a thing to her. So why the threats? Why the fire? It didn't add up. Unless Shanna wasn't telling the truth. So they brought David back in. His story held. They brought Shanna back in. She stuck to hers, the threats, the fire, all of it. And sure enough, right there in the room, messages came in on her phone. From strange numbers. From Carrie. But now there was a giant question mark hanging over Shanna. So they took her fingerprints. Quietly. Just to run them. Just to check. And that print matched the one found in Carrie's abandoned car. The car that had been parked outside David's home. Shanna's fingerprint. Inside the missing woman's car. That changed everything. They put Shanna under a microscope. Her phone. Her house. Her internet. And they zeroed in on the IP address coming out of her home. And it lit up. Some of those messages, the ones from Carrie, were coming from Shanna's own computer. But here's the part that made no sense. That same computer would fire off a message from her house, right there in the US. But when they traced it, it would bounce. Australia, France, somewhere across the world. She was masking her location with software, cloaking every single message. The detectives went to David. Careful. David, is there anyone you suspect? Anyone at all? Could Shanna be behind this? No way, David said. Impossible. Why impossible? Because I've seen the messages come in. We'd be sitting together, me and Shanna, and both our phones would blow up at the same time, with messages from Carrie. She couldn't have sent them. She was right next to me. And that was the key that unlocked the whole thing. Because the detectives dug deeper, and they found her trick. Shanna had set up a program on her device, scheduled it, messages timed to fire off at an exact minute, automatically, and she made sure that at that exact minute, she was sitting right beside David. The message lands. He watches it land, and he thinks, there's no way it's her. She's right here. The perfect alibi, built by a machine. So now the picture was clear. Shanna had been impersonating Carrie for years, driving David to the edge of his sanity with threats and terror, all while playing the victim herself. But it left the biggest question of all. Where was Carrie? And here was their problem. If they arrested Shanna now, she might never tell them where Carrie was. They needed her to lead them there. They needed to play her. So they came to her, friendly, on her side. Shanna, we're close. We're gonna nail whoever did this to you. The threats, the fire, all of it. And listen, we think we know who's been helping Carrie. Who's really behind it? Who? She asked. Amy, David's ex. We think she's the one pulling the strings. We just need a few days to prove it. And they walked out. The bait was set. And Shanna took it hard. Because the second she believed the police suspected Amy, she decided to help them get there. She created a fake email account in Amy's name, and she started firing off messages from it, to her own phone, to David's phone. Anything to prove Amy was the monster behind all of this. But she didn't stop there. Shanna got her hands on a gun, and she shot herself, in the leg, one shot. Then she called the police, screaming, "Help me! A woman came to my door and shot me and ran, and I'm getting these threatening emails." Emails from who? From Amy, the account she had built herself. She staged her own shooting to frame an innocent woman. And the detectives? They nearly laughed, because they saw straight through it, all of it. This was their prime suspect, building them the exact case they needed, against herself. Okay, they said, let's get her to the hospital. And while she was gone, they moved. Warrant in hand, the team raided Shanna's home, and they started tearing it apart. They found a phone, a tablet, and a memory card. And on that card was everything. More than 15,000 emails, more than 50,000 text messages, over 3 years, all of them sent by Shanna, to David, and to herself, every single one, in Carrie's name. And then, the photos. Deleted images buried on that card. Old ones. A woman's body, her face, you couldn't see it, but there was a tattoo on her foot. They needed to know who she was, so they brought in Carrie's mother. And the moment she saw that photo, that tattoo, she didn't hesitate. "That's my daughter." A medical examiner confirmed the worst. The foot in that photograph belonged to someone who was dead. And here's the part that still chills people to this day. They searched, they dug, they looked everywhere, but Carrie's body was never found. Not then, not ever. The only proof that Carrie Farver was gone was a single photograph on the phone of the woman who had spent 3 years pretending to be her. When they laid it all out in front of Shanna, the fingerprint, the messages, the photo, she didn't break down. She didn't confess. Not really. Instead, she spun another story, another lie, because that is what she did. But the evidence didn't lie, and investigators pieced together what really happened. It was jealousy, plain and simple. That night, the night Carrie left David's apartment and walked right past Shanna standing at the door, Shanna looked at her rival, and she decided Carrie had to go. So on the day Carrie vanished, Shanna killed her, and then she stole her life, her phone, her name, her voice, and she wore it like a mask for 3 long years, so that no one would ever come looking, so that everyone would believe Carrie was still out there, hateful, unstable, alive. And it almost worked. It might have worked forever if a 15-year-old boy hadn't asked about a dog. In 2017, Shanna was convicted of first-degree murder and arson. She was sentenced to life in prison, with no parole, no early release, nothing. It stands as one of the most elaborate, coldly calculated deceptions the investigators had ever seen. A murder hidden not with silence, but with 50,000 words, typed in a dead woman's voice. And David finally walked free, free of the messages, free of the fear, free of a woman whose obsession had swallowed 2 lives whole.